Hello students, in this module we are going to discuss the phenomena of dispersion of light through a glass prism. Students, when white light passes through a glass prism, it splits into its 7 constituent colors and it forms a band of 7 colors. This phenomena of splitting of white light into its constituent colors on passing through a glass prism is called dispersion of light. So, whenever white light will pass through a glass prism, it will split into its constituent colors. And the band of these 7 colors, which is formed due to dispersion of white light, is called spectrum. And the color sequence obtained on the screen from the lower end is given by the acronym WIBGYOR. So, WIBGYOR is the spectrum of white light, which is formed on the other side of prism when white light passes through it due to dispersion, where V stands for violet, I stands for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y stands for yellow, O for orange and R for red. Now, when the light will split into its 7 constituent colors, the band is formed on the screen. We will find that the red color is seen on the top and violet color is seen at the bottom of the screen. Let's try to find out the reason behind this, why white light splits into its constituent colors and why violet color is seen at the bottom and red color is seen at the top. Students, different colors of light are characterized by their different wavelengths or frequency. Every color has different wavelength, but all the colors of light travel with same speed in vacuum or air. But the moment they enter any transparent medium, any refracting medium, whenever they enter any refracting medium like glass, their speed changes as per their wavelength. We have learnt in 9th standard the V is equal to F into lambda. That means speed of light is directly proportional to wavelength. The color which has longer wavelength will travel faster. Now, when we talk about the spectrum of white light, which is WIBGYOR, red color has the longest wavelength and violet color has the least wavelength. It is the shortest wavelength. Red color, which has the longest wavelength, travels fastest. Therefore, it deviates the least. On the other hand, violet color, which has the shortest wavelength, travels slowest and deviates the most on passing through glass prism. The difference in the extent of bending of different colors of light results in dispersion of white light into its constituent colors. So, when the basic cause of dispersion is that the different colors of light travel with different speeds in glass, therefore they deviate at different angles and finally emerge out as a band of 7 colors. I hope you have understood dispersion as well as cause of dispersion. Isaac Newton was the scientist who gave us this phenomena, who first observed this natural phenomena of dispersion. He also tried to recombine the spectrum of white light. Let's see how he recombined the spectrum of white light. In order to recombine the spectrum of white light, he took 2 glass prisms. Let them be P1 and P2. And what he did is, he passed a beam of white light dispersed by the prism P1 through another identical prism P2, which is held along with the first prism but in inverted position. उसने फर्स्ट प्रिज्म के साथ एक और प्रिज्म रखा जो बिल्कुल आइडेंटिकल था, बट द सेकेंड प्रिज्म वॉज इन एन इन्वर्टेड पोजिशन with respect to the first prism such that the two refracting faces of the two prisms are opposite to each other. So what is going to happen? The first prism will disperse white light into its 7 component colors, whereas the second prism will recombine them to produce white light. Why this happens, students? This happens because the angular dispersion which is produced by the second prism is equal and opposite to the angular dispersion produced by the first prism. Why? Because the second prism is in inverted position. As you can see in the figure, white light which passes through the first prism will split into its constituent 7 colors. I have represented the topmost and the bottommost color, that is red and violet. When all these 7 colors will pass through the second prism which is kept along the first prism in the inverted position, these colors will bend again. Again bending will occur, again refraction will occur, but now in the opposite direction. So finally they will recombine and you will see white color on the screen. So this is how we can recombine the spectrum of white light. This was first performed by Isaac Newton. I hope you have understood the topic.